Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, judges, participants, and audience. My name is Nikeisha from SMPN 1 Arab Selatan. Today, I will tell you a story about Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. Do you want to hear that stories?
Yes.
Alright, let's story begins. Once upon a time in London, there's a happy family named the Darling family who lives in the Darling's house. That's a house chosen by Peter Pan because there's someone who believes him. There's 5 members in Darling family, but there's just one person who always believes him. That's Wendy, the eldest. She's not only believed, but she was supreme authority on Peter Pan and all his marvelous adventure. At night, all children have to go sleep when their parents go to the party. Mr. Darling was fed up to her daughter because she told about Peter Pan again. And he said,
Wendy, this is your last night you sleep in nursery room and stop to tell that silly story.
But father, why? Asked Wendy.
Because you're all ready to grow up.
Oh father, you just don't understand. Peter Pan is a great boy and I always believe him, said Wendy. They made John and Michael very disappointed. Their sister never told that story, but Mrs. Darling calmed them. She knows her children always remember Peter Pan. But not long after that, when their parents go to the party, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell come to the Darling's house. Peter Pan was searching his shadow secretly when the children were asleep. But when Tinkerbell helps Peter Pan, suddenly that shadow is too fast and Peter tried to catch him but failed. That made Wendy wake up and she's surprised when see Peter Pan. Oh Peter, I knew you'd come back. I always told about your adventure. And Wendy helps Peter Pan to sewing his shadow on his shoes to make Peter Pan better again. And Wendy told him she'll leave from nursery room to grow up. That made Peter Pan have an idea.
I'll bring you to the Neverland where you never grow up,
said Peter Pan. Wendy so gladly, but Tinkerbell disagreed. They made Peter try to catch Tinkerbell, but John and Michael wake up and don't believe they need Peter Pan. John, wake up! That's Peter Pan! Jiminy! Surprised John, and they introduced themselves to Peter Pan. Wendy wanted to invite her brothers to the Neverland because she can't go to the Neverland without them. And Peter Pan agreed, but there is just one problem. But Peter, how do we get to the Neverland? Asked Wendy. Fly, of course, said Peter Pan. And Peter Pan gave them a pixie dust to their body. Now, think of the heaviest things. It's some of the heavy wings. After they sprinkle by pixie dust, they can fly and go to the Neverland. They fly across above in the London sky and landing in a big bed. There it is, Wendy. You set the stars to the right and straight on till morning, said Peter Pan. They arrived to the Neverland and enjoyed all of that place. Include they meet the lost boys. Unfortunately, there's a Peter Pan's enemy. That's Captain Hook, the evil pirate.
I hate Peter Pan. I must catch him,
he said. He tried to defeat Peter Pan.
Now let me see. If I got and kidnapped that Peter's friend and put them here on the ship, that way Peter will have to come with me.
Then made Captain Hook make a plan to kidnap the inner chief's daughter, Tiger Lily.
Never underestimate the cunning from the Captain
Hook said with loud and cruelly. But Peter Pan heard it and evilly rescued her. The inner chief so gladly and respect to heroic Peter Pan. And all celebrate together, but not to Tinkerbell. She was jealous to Wendy, but she kidnapped by Captain's man, Mr. Smith. When Wendy told the story with the boys about the kindful mother, it made them miss their home, and Wendy decided to go home. That way made Peter Pan angry, and Wendy tried explaining a reason and have to say goodbye. But there was trouble. They kidnapped by Captain's crew and Tinkerbell free from a trap going to rescue them and against the pirates. And Peter would say,
Nobody calls when a coward lives. I'll fight you man to man with one hand behind my back. You mean you won't fly? Teased Captain Hook.
however, Captain Hook falling down to the sea and being chased by crocodile.
Help me! I can crocodile!
Said his cat. Captain Hook and his crew came out, and all children hearing. Eventually, Peter delivered Wendy, John, and Michael to their home with a big ship named Jolly Roger. And Mrs. Darling says, Wendy, what are you doing on there? Wendy waked up by the window. She realized she and her brothers were streaming on their adventure, attempting to help her parents, and also she told her father she all ready to grow up, and Mr. Darling give her permission to sleep in nursery room for a while, and they see a ship-shaped cloud.
You know, I have seen that ship when I was younger.
Said Mr. Darling. That's family see together with a feeling happy. The lesson from the story is always chasing your dreams and never forget our childhood. Thank you for all attention to hear my stories. I hope you all enjoy it. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.